welcome back, everyone. The U.S. Armed Forces is being criticized for not granting religious accommodation broadly for the COVID-19 vaccine mandates. They've now granted 2 religious accommodations, but even these are now being called into question. And here to talk with us about where the cases are currently and where they're probably heading is Mike Berry. He's the General Counsel for First Liberty. Hey, Mike Berry, great having you on Crossroads.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be with you.
Now, I kind of want to start from the beginning. You're representing a lot of U.S. military service members. A lot of them are Navy SEALs, and all eyes of the country, I think, are on this case right now. This is one of the leading cases everyone's watching over whether the military is going to be recognizing religious exemptions for the vaccines. I want to talk about the Supreme Court and everything, but first of all, just tell me about your clients and what the cases you're dealing with.
Well, First Liberty Institute represents 35 Navy SEALs and other Naval Special Warfare members, and they've challenged the Navy's handling of religious exemptions and religious accommodation requests. And specifically, while the case doesn't challenge the vaccine mandate itself, it challenges the way that the Navy, and specifically the Special Warfare community, has been adjudicating and enforcing the vaccine mandate. And, the Navy has publicly admitted that they have approved hundreds, possibly thousands of medical exemptions and administrative exemptions, but they have not approved a single religious exemption, which is almost impossible to even fathom. But yet that's what the Navy itself admits. And that is the textbook description or definition of religious discrimination and religious hostility. The Constitution forbids it. Federal law forbids it. DOD regulations and policy also forbid it. And we had to file a lawsuit on behalf of our clients, these 35 SEALs and other special warfare members. And fortunately, the federal judge issued a preliminary injunction not a couple days ago, ordering the Navy to stop taking punitive, disciplinary, and adverse action against our clients because of their religious beliefs and because they are seeking religious exemptions from the vaccine.
Well, tell us about that. If the judge had to intervene and say they can't take these actions against these SEALs and other members of the U.S. Armed Forces, I mean, what were they doing to them that would make it necessary for the judge to say that?
Well, we presented lots of evidence to the court that of various things that the Navy is doing to not just our clients, but really to sailors and other members, far beyond just those that First Liberty represents. But we presented evidence such as denying or at least attempting to deny, because hopefully these efforts will be lifted now, but attempting to deny the ability and opportunity for some of our clients who, these are combat veterans. These are men who have served our country nobly and honorably, and they've suffered physical injuries and in some cases traumatic brain injury and post-traumatic stress. And there are clinics that are available to service members to help get them treatment for traumatic brain injury. And in some instances, the Navy has sought to prevent our clients from even traveling to those clinics, even at our clients' own expense, paying out of their own pocket, simply because they were not vaccinated, or more specifically because they have a religious objection to the vaccine. The Navy has told them, you are not allowed to seek treatment for your traumatic brain injury. In other instances, they've told them that neither they nor their family members, who are private citizens, the Navy has no control or authority over private citizens, as we all know, but nevertheless, the Navy has said neither you nor your family members and your dependents are allowed to travel for official or unofficial reasons because you're not vaccinated. And the last one I'll bring up, just again, right off the top of my head, is that the Navy has told our clients that even if your religious accommodation is approved, which we all know it was never going to be approved, this is a predetermined outcome from the get-go, but even if the accommodation is approved, we're going to remove you from the Navy SEAL community because we don't deem you to be worthy of being a Navy SEAL anymore. And we're going to require you to remove your trident, which is, of course, the device that they wear on their uniform that Navy SEALs famously go through buds in order to earn to earn the title Navy SEAL and the right to wear that trident, and to have to remove that as a sign of disgrace and dishonor I mean, that's just adding injury to insult at that point.
Geez, a lot to dig into here. Again, I want to get into the Supreme Court ruling and also some of the exemptions that have been allowed now, because the way it sounds like if you read the news is, oh, the military's granting these now. But first, I want to dig a bit more into what you just said, because I think what you just said about the actions the Navy was taking against these SEALs, I mean, that's like what a lot of Americans, well, people around the world, are worried might happen to them, that once you give the government basically the right to make your medical decisions for you, they can make the decision to just deny you medical rights. And based on what you're saying, this is what's been happening to these SEALs. Can you tell us more about that? I mean, is that really what they're doing? They're not allowing them to seek medical help outside totally of the vaccines?
Well, what the Navy is doing, and really it's not just the Navy, it's the Department of Defense as a whole, they're treating those who are unvaccinated as unworthy, right? As if somehow they're unclean or unworthy of constitutional rights and constitutional protections. And they're saying that only those who are vaccinated are going to be allowed to enjoy the full rights and privileges that we as American citizens enjoy. And if you're not vaccinated, then you lose your constitutional rights. I mean, I don't know of any other way to describe it than blatant bigotry and discrimination against, and in this case, against people who are not getting the vaccine because of their sincerely held religious beliefs. There is no question, right? There was no challenge by the Department of Justice, who is defending the Navy in this case, that our clients each hold sincerely held religious beliefs that forbid them from getting this vaccine. In some instances, some of our clients believe that it would be a mortal sin for them to get the vaccine, and the Department of Defense and the Department of Justice didn't challenge that at all because they can't challenge that. And so to treat them, though, as somehow now they're less deserving of constitutional rights is just blatant discrimination. And again, thankfully, the judge agreed with that. And the judge ordered the Navy and said, you can't take these adverse and punitive actions against these SEALs any longer. And, you know, our hope that even though the preliminary injunction only applies to First Liberty Institute's clients, the 35 that we represent, our hope is that others will use this as a source of hope and encouragement. They will take some of the arguments that First Liberty made, they will apply them to their own case and show just how much of a sham process this really is when it comes to these religious exemption requests, and show that every single religious exemption that has been submitted it already has a predetermined outcome. It's going to be denied. And when you appeal, because you have a right to appeal, if your initial request is denied, that appeal is also going to be denied. And if that appeal is denied, you have a right to sue, to litigate, which it shouldn't have to come to that. But unfortunately, in our case and in many others, it has come to that. And that's why we have courts of law, is to uphold the rule of law in this country and in our military.